Nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering willows, the town of Hollow Creek was an embodiment of serenity. Its inhabitants were known for their warmth, their days punctuated by the rhythm of a simple life. Children played freely in the park, their laughter echoing through the gentle breeze. Neighbors exchanged friendly greetings, their conversations filled with the comfort of familiarity. The town was a sanctuary, a place where time seemed to move at its own languid pace, untouched by the chaos of the outside world. Then, on a day much like any other, the tranquility of Hollow Creek was shattered. Sher Smith, a beloved member of the community, vanished without a trace. The news spread like wildfire, whipping through the town's quaint streets, leaving a trail of disbelief and fear in its wake. The sunny disposition of Hollow Creek was eclipsed by a cloud of worry, its inhabitants struggling to grasp the inexplicable disappearance of one of their own. The Smith residence, usually bustling with activity, stood eerily silent, its windows dark and hollow. The vibrant flower beds Sher meticulously tended to now appeared wilted, mirroring the despair that had gripped the town. Her beloved dog, a golden retriever named Buddy, whined mournfully by the front door, his tail drooping, his eyes searching for his missing companion. The silence was deafening, broken only by the hushed whispers of concerned neighbors gathered outside, their faces etched with a potent blend of confusion and concern. The disappearance of Sher Smith was more than just a missing person case. It was a rupture in the fabric of Hollow Creek's reality, a stark reminder that even the most idyllic of havens could be touched by the inexplicable and the sinister. The town's innocence was lost, replaced by a haunting question that echoed through its empty streets. Where was Sher Smith? Sher Smith was more than just a resident of Hollow Creek. She was its beating heart. Her infectious laughter and boundless kindness had touched the lives of everyone in the town. A gifted artist, her paintings adorned the walls of the local cafe, vibrant splashes of color that mirrored her own vivacious spirit. Her canvases spoke of a soul that found beauty in the mundane, a heart that embraced life with an unbridled passion. Sher's talents extended beyond the canvas. A skilled pianist, her melodies often wafted through the open windows of her home, filling the air with a symphony of emotions. Her music was a reflection of her inner world, a world that resonated with both joy and a profound depth of feeling. She had a unique ability to translate her emotions into art, creating masterpieces that resonated with the very soul of Hollow Creek. But Sher's life was not without its challenges. Diagnosed with a rare neurological condition at a young age, she faced her physical limitations with unwavering courage and a smile that never wavered. Her strength was an inspiration to everyone who knew her, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. She refused to be defined by her condition, choosing instead to live life on her own terms, her spirit shining brighter than any obstacle in her path. Despite her physical challenges, Sher lived a full and vibrant life. Her days were filled with purpose, her time dedicated to her art, her music, and her community. She was a pillar of strength for those around her, a beacon of hope that illuminated even the darkest of days. Her disappearance left a void in Hollow Creek, an emptiness that was felt in every corner of the town, in every heart that had been touched by her radiant spirit. The initial hours after Sher's disappearance were a blur of frantic activity. Friends and neighbors rallied, their concern for Sher fueling their determination to find her. Search parties combed through the surrounding woods, their flashlights piercing the darkness, their voices calling out her name. Every nook and cranny of Hollow Creek was scrutinized. Every lead, however insignificant, was meticulously pursued. The local police, though accustomed to the tranquility of Hollow Creek, sprang into action, their quiet town suddenly thrust into the heart of a bewildering mystery. They interviewed residents, scoured Sher's home for clues, and pursued every possible avenue of investigation. The sheriff, a man known for his calm demeanor, found himself grappling with the unsettling reality of a disappearance in their peaceful midst. As days turned into nights, the initial hope that had fueled the search began to dwindle, replaced by a gnawing sense of dread. The lack of any concrete leads, the absence of any sign of Sher, cast a long shadow over Hollow Creek. The townsfolk, accustomed to the predictability of their lives, were confronted with the chilling uncertainty of Sher's fate. The fear was palpable, hanging heavy in the air, seeping into the very fabric of their lives. Parents held their children a little closer, their eyes scanning the streets with a newfound vigilance. The nightly symphony of crickets was now punctuated by the sound of barking dogs, a chorus of unease that echoed the anxieties of the town. The disappearance of Sher Smith had not only taken a beloved member of their community, but had also stolen the serenity that had once defined Hollow Creek. As the days stretched into weeks, the investigation into Sher's disappearance yielded no concrete answers. The leads were scant, the clues cryptic, and open to multiple interpretations. The police, despite their tireless efforts, found themselves navigating a labyrinth of ambiguities, each turn leading them further into the heart of a baffling enigma. Adding to the mystery were a series of unsettling occurrences. Residents reported receiving strange phone calls, the caller remaining silent on the other end, the only sound a chilling, hollow breathing. These calls, seemingly random and untraceable, injected a new wave of fear into the already apprehensive community. Was it a prank, a cruel hoax, or something more sinister? A chilling message from someone who knew the truth about Sher's disappearance. Theories abounded, whispers weaving their way through the town's grapevine, each more unsettling than the last. Some speculated that Sher had chosen to leave, seeking a fresh start, a life away from the confines of Hollow Creek. Others feared foul play, their imaginations conjuring up grim scenarios that played on their deepest fears. The lack of evidence, the absence of a clear motive, only served to fuel the speculation. The uncertainty gnawed at the collective psyche of Hollow Creek, the silence surrounding Sher's vanishing amplifying the sense of unease. The town, once a haven of peace, was now a breeding ground for fear, a place where whispers replaced laughter and suspicion lurked behind every friendly smile. Just when hope began to dwindle, a chilling twist in the case reignited the town's fears and propelled the investigation into uncharted territory. A letter addressed to the local police department arrived, its contents sending a collective shiver down the spines of the investigators. The letter, written in a cryptic hand, spoke of Sher, hinting at her fate, yet revealing nothing concrete, nothing that could lead to her whereabouts. The words were chilling, a macabre dance between revelation and obfuscation. They spoke of a darkness that had claimed Sher, a darkness that the writer seemed intimately familiar with. The language was vague, poetic in its morbid articulation, leaving the investigators grappling with more questions than answers. Who was the author of this letter? Was it a sick prank, a cruel attempt to toy with the emotions of a community already on edge? Or was it a genuine communication from someone who held the key to Sher's fate? The letter's arrival marked a turning point in the investigation. It was no longer a case of a missing person. It was now a case of a possible abduction, of a life hanging precariously in the balance. The letter, with its enigmatic pronouncements, painted a picture of a perpetrator who was not only familiar with Sher, but also seemed to derive a perverse pleasure from the anguish they were inflicting on her loved ones. The investigators scrutinized the letter, analyzing the handwriting, the choice of words, the paper it was written on, desperately searching for any clue that could lead them to the writer, to Sher. The letter, a tangible manifestation of the mystery surrounding Sher's disappearance, became a focal point of the investigation, a chilling testament to the darkness that had invaded the once peaceful town of Hollow Creek.